We're back out on the range again. It's pretty windy out. I don't know how much you can hear me, but so we got the Sterling. We're gonna try that. Do a little follow up on it. So I put a trigger tech in there. I got it like for a pound, like it's super light. Using the same pins, so we'll see how that goes. You're gonna have to find some anti-walk pins, but we're just using their pins. I just snugged the trigger group in there, snugged it down so it should be tight on the trigger pins. But so I got a target like 200 yards, so we'll try her out and see how it does. So my buddy used this in the winter, Brutality, and it run pretty good. We'll discuss some issues that he had later, but so we'll do some shots with this thing and see how it goes. How about my new plate carrier by Milburn Mountain Defense? It's super nice. Nice on the shoulders. It just fits nice. Got level 4s in here and it doesn't feel that heavy at all, so it's pretty. And it's got the groin protector, little dangler. It's pretty sweet. So we'll take some shots and see how it does. So here's some Lancer mags. Hear the gong down there, but I'm getting a couple hits. goes pretty good. I don't know if it'll come up on the video with all the wind, but so if you got or looking at then the death grip, like it's pretty sweet. But like if you're a taller guy, you still do have to duck down to get on it, but it's not. I think if you're like 6 foot or 6'1", 6'2", you'll be fine. But if you're taller, it's a little bit harder. So this is how you snug in the gun, this lever. And this one will go for your pivot or back and forth. And then this is for up and down for people that are here. And you can spread out the arms more. I'll show you how weight it is. So there's a little bit there. Is super light. And then the release. Yeah, so it's a good trigger. It's great. And it's made in Canada, which is a nice thing. But we'll go to a less windy place and talk more about it. Okay, so when my buddy used it in Winter Brutality, the only real issues he had was so we put this muzzle brake in the snow, so it blew up 2 times on him. But like the prongs are pretty skinny, but there was snow in it, so but it did explode on him twice. But I wouldn't say that's a bad design for their muzzle brake, but obviously you don't want to shove it in the dirt or the snow, but I guess be aware of that if you like grabbing your gun in the snow and shooting it after. But I don't think there's too much snow on it, but it just blew up anyways. And then, well, I think like it was just frozen up for him. Like you're crawling through the snow and it was just hard on guns. And even like locking the bolt back, you got to be like pull it all the way back just to lock it in, and sometimes it's like hard to do when it's nothing in when it's not dirty or anything. But like when you're racking back, like it locks, like there's no backwards movement, like maybe like paper thin movement to pull it back to release the bolt. Like it's super close to the bolt face when you're locking the bolt back. Like you got to be like, it's like right there. So that's one thing he was having troubles with, was that, locking the bolt back. But it was all like iced up and stuff, so but like right now it's not an issue or anything. But and then another complaint that he has was no
Please enjoy this moment and watch me struggle to find the words I'm looking for.
forward bolt assist, like the forward can't think right now, but just so you can push into the battery if it's not chambering the round, just to help it. Bolt assist or whatever the heck you want to call it. I can't think of it right now, but he's complaining about that just because it was all iced up in there. But normally that's, well, AR-180s don't have it that I've seen, but that was one thing he complained about. But so I don't know how many rounds I got on this thing, but I'd say it's like 600, so not that much, but like there is markings on
Here is another moment where I am at a loss of
I
words.
can't think of anything right now. On that piece right there, the brass deflector, there we go. So I do have a few rounds on it because I got some scrapes there, so it's a little bit believable, but 600 is not that much. But enough to see if it's reliable or not, but I think so, but I don't know. It's not that high of round count, but then I did take it home. This little piece on the gas block, the little bolt there was loose. Usually it's the other way around, it carbons up and you can't get the stupid thing off, but that thing must have rattled loose. But so I'll check it again, but maybe you just check it on yours, and the bottom of the gas block there, maybe check that over too if you do end up getting one. But just note that I don't know what you call that piece, but that little bolt in there, you can put a wrench on it, it was loose. But other than that, it's been pretty bang on, and I think it'll be better with that trigger tech in there now. So I'm pretty happy with it so far anyway, so I'll take some more shots with it and see what it does with the trigger. I'm hoping that it works, but eventually I do want to get anti-walk pins in there that I can bolt down. Yeah, it's a beautiful gun. Expensive, but I think I put in my last video that I did put for a lefty. If you're a lefty and you're looking at getting this thing, you can get the CMMG bolt or magazine release. It's been really good. It's a good option if you're a left-handed shooter. So I might as well rattle off some rounds, see how the trigger does. Mind you, I've had some guns where if the bolt won't go forwards, the shell won't eject, so that happened there. I'm sure if it was about the chamber around, it'd probably eject, but I don't know. But it's just sitting in there. So I don't know if you can count that as a malfunction, but it's the first time that's happened to me, but just make note of it. You know, it's like it does recoil pretty hard. Mind you, I wasn't leaning into it that much, but so the brake is, I prefer bigger brakes so there's no recoil on it, but because the slots are up top, so the gases should push the gun down a little bit, but it's not doing too much. I don't know, maybe it's just me not leaning into it, but I like bigger brakes so I don't gotta worry about it. brass deflector. Some of the casings are getting struck down even on the bolt release. There's some little nicks there. I think it's just kind of whirlwinding down. But it shouldn't be an issue unless it starts hitting the mag release. But so I go and take it apart and see what it's looking like in there. Alright, so let's take it apart to see how it's wearing on the internals. So this pin is hard to pound out, but I can just use a shell and then a 22 shell to push it out. So since it's gonna be not much movement, it's gonna be harder to get that pin out because they got that little buffer thing on the top there, or on the bottom. You can see we got a nice vehicle selection in the background there. Pop the lower off. So here we got the trigger tech in there. Super nice. Got the screw backed right off to be the lightest. I think it's 3.5 to a pound, so I got it the lightest. Something I did notice, I took it apart, but I don't think it's because it's loose, but just how it is. There's a little bit of movement in there. Maybe I'll see if it's tight, but I don't think that's something to be really worried about. So there's that little buffer thing in there that'll make it so the upper and lower are tight together. Bolt doesn't look like there's too much unusual wear on it. Hey, there's probably people that have more rounds on me that have better videos, but I'm just doing mine. So it does have some marks on the bolt face there. Nothing too unusual, I think. Pin is riding on right there. You can see it's kind of mushing out, or just, I don't know if that's, I think that's normal. I don't think it's, but it seems to be flattening it out like it's not riding all the way. Eventually it'll just find its spot and won't travel anymore, but it is definitely noticeable. And on the feeding around there, there is some markings. I don't know where you can see that, but so there is somewhere on the feed lips. all that I've been running through it is just ball ammo and a few tracers. I think my buddy was using some hollow points, but so there's nothing too major for unusual wear, but we'll keep shooting nonetheless and see how it goes. But thanks for watching my video once again.